The euro may be ready to drop over 100 pips, and I'll show you why in today's video, including some key levels to watch and targets. And the DXY could be forming a bullish reversal pattern, so we'll have all the details on that as well. So my name is Justin Bennett, full-time trader and founder of Daily Price Action. As always, all of this is my opinion only and not financial advice. So looking at the Euro USD daily time frame, let's start here because we've talked about this in multiple videos. How ever since 2025, we had the uptrend back here from the euro, and this close right over here, again, daily chart, you can see this close right here gave us the first bearish change of character since 2024. So in my opinion, this is overall bearish for the euro. Okay, so you can see that we had the BOS up here, right? The close above this high, no question about that. That gave us this external low. We closed below it, no question about that either. So as of right now, guys, the daily chart does start, or at least it's starting to look bearish. I'm not going to say it's full on bearish because this is, a little bit speculative as of now because of this relief that we've seen. However, at the same time, when you get a change of character like this, relief is expected. In fact, relief is what you want to see because all the euro has done so far over the past few weeks following that change of character is really come up here and mitigate this imbalance. Okay, so this was an imbalance back here for the euro on this drop. We also had an open gap off of this close. So you can see the open gap back here. We did fill it on this candle, specifically this wick. And I talked about this recently, how I was getting bearish on the euro up here around 1.18. In fact, this was the area that I was watching for this market even before we got up here. And one reason for that is if we go to something like that 8-hour time frame, what you'll notice here is that off of these highs and lows, we talk about symmetry all the time on this channel, but off of these highs up here, you can see down here to the lows, what you have here is an equidistant channel or parallel channel. And so you get this quite often in markets because you get a mean that the market revolves around, right? So average price through here, the market revolves around this. And that's exactly what we saw here recently from the euro tapping into that 1.18 area. Now, furthermore, on top of this, you can see where on the 1 hour time frame, okay, I talked about this last week, but you can see back here, we did get this BOS. Okay, so the close above this high back here, that made this the protected low, and we took this out. So the moment we took this out, once again, you're looking for some relief here to get short. That was the bearish signal on this move up, indicating that the euro was going from an uptrend back here on the hourly into a downtrend. And that's exactly what we've seen here from the euro so far. Now, the question is, and I talked about this in the SMC Outlook video over the weekend, is are we going to get further relief here from the euro up into this region, or is this it? And in my opinion, as of right now, I think that looking at the pound, where the market tapped into, if you missed that SMC Outlook video, guys, be sure to go back and look at that because the pound actually played out perfectly into that area. And I do kind of think looking at this, looking at the DXY, this could be it potentially. Now, if it's not, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that this is now once again bullish, because even though we have this 4 hour bullish change of character here, again, we do have the daily bearish change of character. Okay. And furthermore, too, we also have, if you look at the 4 hour time frame, notice this imbalance back here. This was a massive imbalance. It still is an unmitigated imbalance here for this market. So in my opinion, we could be coming back here to test this area around 1.16, possibly even a bit lower. Now, one interesting point here on the euro, and we can see the same thing on the DXY as well, is for those of you who are pattern traders or like trading patterns, you can see that off of this low back here, I'll use the closing price here on the 4 hour. You can see that off of this low right back here, right? This could be a potential head and shoulders forming. So we have this left shoulder over here, we have the head, and now a potential right shoulder forming. So, again, for you pattern traders out there, if we're looking at this level here and the euro does get below this area around, let's call it 116.70, if we get below here, then this could be a confirmed reversal pattern. Okay, now in terms of pips here for this pattern from the neckline here up here to the high, this is about 180 pips. Okay, we'll be conservative here. It's a little bit more than that, but we'll be conservative and call it 180. Now, from this level here, okay, if we were to get the close below over the coming days, 180, okay, from here, let's map this out. It comes in down here around this area, right around 114.95 or so, okay? Now, one thing that's interesting there is if you'll notice on this move up, we have this imbalance, like I mentioned, around 1.16. We also have this pocket over here below these lows. Okay. So again, this is the 4 hour time frame. You can see this displacement right here. This is also technically an unmitigated imbalance for this market below 1.15. So that's why I'm saying that over the coming days, we could actually see 1.16 or below, potentially even down here toward 1.15. Okay, so that's also a scenario here for the euro, given these imbalances and also this potential reversal pattern up here. Okay, so again, it is potential. It's not confirmed just yet. However, like I've said in recent videos too, though, guys, I think you've got to be careful because we do have this bullish change of character over here, to the point that you've got to be careful once we get down here around 1.16, possibly 1.15, just because we could get a higher low forming from this area. Okay, so you do have to be careful down here if you're getting bearish on the euro lower than where it's sitting right now, because you don't want to short this low into this area down here, in my opinion, just because, again, we do have that bullish change of character. Okay, so overall, if I had to sum this up, guys, my bias right now for the euro on something like the 4-hour time frame is bearish down here toward these imbalances. Okay, but at that point, then you've got to be careful, again, getting short there, because we could see a reversal and the market at least move back up here towards some resistance levels. Of course, we don't know what that's going to look like, because it's going to depend on how the market moves lower. If it were to move lower very quickly, okay, very aggressively, then we could have imbalances back here to the point where we get a low forming down in this region and then come up here and mitigate those imbalances. All right, so it's going to be a fluid situation, guys. And just a heads up, I haven't taken a trade on the euro. However, I did take a trade on the pound today, which I did announce in Discord in real time. So if you want to gain access to those trades along with the course, along with access to Discord and over 2,000 members, and the trade journal that I'm launching in about a week, guys, I'm launching a custom online trade journal for members. That's going to be a smart journal. Think of it as an online coach, along with me being the coach in Discord. So if you want to get access to that, guys, check out the link right here on the screen. That's going to give you a free SMC course that will show you exactly how I trade SMC full time. That's completely free. Beyond that, there is a link to join Discord if you want to join us. If not, that's okay too. At least check out the free course because it's completely free and it will help you immensely in your trading. All right, so with the euro, guys, coming off of this area, again, bearish for now, down here toward 116, possibly 115, those imbalances there. And then from there, we'll have to wait and see what we get. But I do think you've got to keep these time frames in mind, just because looking at the daily, again, we have this change of character over here. Okay, so a few things going on. You can see, bullish change of character on the 4-hour above here. However, we'd have the daily bearish change of character over here. And so far, the hourly time frame is coming off this high and potentially forming a bearish reversal pattern. Now, if we look at the DXY to see how all of that stacks up against the US dollar index, you can see here a very similar situation. And by the way, this candle right here, I use the TVC chart. That's the trading view calculated chart. This right here, guys, didn't actually happen. I would suspect that in the next day or two, we will see this disappear because this didn't actually happen. It looks like a glitch on TradingView's side. But here's the same situation for the DXY. We have the potential left shoulder over here, the head here, and the potential right shoulder forming. So we'll see if this plays out, guys. One thing though that is kind of making me think we could see it play out is simply because of this imbalance back here, right? We've talked about this before, but we have this open gap back here for the DXY and also this unmitigated imbalance just below 100. Now, in this case for the DXY, the objective of this, if you were to treat this as an inverse head and shoulders, if you're a pattern trader, if not, guys, then just ignore it. But if you are, the objective here comes in up here at these highs, okay? And very similar to the euro, we have this imbalance back here, and then we also have one still technically up here in this area above these highs. So in my opinion, right, if we see this start to form and we get the close above here, then we could be looking at that move up here toward this region, possibly up toward about 100 and maybe even a little higher given this reversal pattern and those imbalances. Now, looking at the lower time frames, okay, because if we look at this on, let's say, the 15-minute time frame, okay, you can see here that we are getting today on Monday, we are getting a little bit of a shift back here. Okay, now this is what allowed me to get short on the pound, which again, I did announce in real time in Discord. It was a little bit speculative because these swings were so tight. However, if you look at the 5-minute time frame, you can pretty clearly see that down here, we did have this right here. Okay, so this BOS that made this up here, the protected high, you can see we took that out and we had a higher low form. Okay, so this right here on the 5-minute time frame was a bullish shift on Monday. We'll see if this continues. Now, if you want a little more conviction, okay, looking at the 15-minute chart, what you would have to see here, in my opinion, is going to be something like this. So this low down here, we've got the BOS, and then you've got this high right up here. So right around 98.56 or 54 really. If we get above here, then I think that's a little more conviction that we are getting some bullish follow through from the DXY. possibly up there toward 98.85. Okay. Now, of course, on the other hand, if this market were to rotate lower and take out these lows down here, then that, of course, would alter that analysis. Okay. But right now, it does look pretty constructive here from the US dollar, in my opinion, guys. Which is why I am bearish on the euro for now, down there toward those pockets that I mentioned. Okay. So bearish on the euro for now, guys. Once we get down there toward those imbalances, if we see those imbalances around 1.15, maybe 1.16, then it's going to matter what we get on the lower time frames in terms of a bullish shift. Okay. So that's my take on it. Obviously never financial advice, but if this helped, be sure to keep it locked in here, subscribe to the channel. Also check out the video right here where I show you how to use things like premium, discount, and OTE to improve your trading. Until next time, trade well out there. I will talk to you again tomorrow.